Hello, YouTube. This is going to be a little bit of a long intro because, first of all, I was going to do the Sunday High Roller as well. $630 buy-in, 1,823 entrants, generating a huge prize pool of 1,093,800. And this board right here is the people from that tournament. But, as you can see, yeah, I'm not covering it. I refuse to cover any final table, no matter how big or significant, if there was a deal. However, I would like to point out a few things from this, which all boil down to the same theme, which is these guys who keep on making these final tables are showing beyond any shadow of a doubt poker's a skill game. First of all, without even looking at that board, welcome back to the final table, Mr. or Mrs. Inauspicious from Portugal. Congratulations. We just did a final table with Inauspicious not that long ago, and this isn't even the first time we've seen somebody make two final tables in the same OSS. We already covered one with Gary Oak, who finished first in the first one, and what was he, third in the second one? Second? Second or third in the second one, so amazing work. But study these names up here closely, okay? Because let's go through some of the names of the other one that I'm not covering. First of all, Dozierson, I'm winning anyway. I've seen those names around forever. And a lot of final tables. In It 2 Minute, I remember that name at one of the final tables. Oh, look. LCO 1934. That name should ring familiar. Huh? These games were going on at the same time, by the way. So, anyone who made the final table that we're actually covering was also playing this one, most likely. Sir Engenheiro? Wait, no, he's not at this final table. Never mind, sorry. Oops. Alright. And K. King James, we saw them at I think the last final table that I covered. And it turns out they're from Brazil. And our final, Lucky Zevin, finishing third. Hawk JB1 finishing second. And Donationator finishing, well, they don't finish, they just chopped. They didn't finish. Lucky Zevin is the true winner. He actually finished. But anyway, Hawk JB1, huh? Where have I seen that name before? Seriously, like, these guys are incredible. And it just drives the point home even further that I do not belong here. I am not at their level. I'm just not. Okay, so what we're actually covering today is OSS 225, $215 buy-in, 1,479 entrants for a prize pool of 295,800. This is the Euro special from Sunday. Sunday has a lot of special tournaments on every poker website. Oh, look, Jeeks, we saw them. Sir Engenheiro. Yeah, yeah. Some bad names on there, which I won't say out loud. Zlata Ibrahimova, we've seen them at the final table before. Billy and I remember that name. I gotta actually... King Queen suited, remember them? From my food drunk final table. Floberg. Lucky Zevin, who just finished third at the other one. Oops. Oh, crap. Hold on. Sure. Don't spoil. Okay, perfect. It's just amazing how good some of these guys actually are, and how consistent they are at making these final tables. I was consistent at not making final tables, and there's reasons for that. I don't know exactly what I was doing wrong. There were some just genuinely terrible plays that I made. Sometimes the robots just don't like me, but these guys are capable of getting past whatever the robots throw at them. Oh, wow! The two short stacks would like to do a deal. What a bunch of coward. I mean, savvy businessmen. I'm not going to say our short stack's full name out loud. I was wondering when we were going to run into names like that at the final table. But I'm just going to refer to him as Harry Potter. That's it. Nothing dirty about Harry Potter. Jailbait. Just limps. Billie Jean from Thailand. I didn't know they had Michael Jackson fans that far away, but I guess it makes sense. He's just extremely popular. Stands to reason that his influence would reach a country like Thailand. 10-9 of diamonds obviously hits that flop a whole lot better than the King 6 off. No surprise there. It's over very quickly. We have a fairly shallow table. It's not crazy shallow. This one was... Actually, both of them were 15-minute blinds through and through. They definitely did take their sweet time to get to the final table, you can tell. It's 15-minute blinds through and through, you would expect a lot more play. But this is a really big final table. Ormond. Having a really nice flop there. We'll just take it down nice and simple. Jailbait. Looking to win his second pot. Billie Jean taking his sweet time there, but does end up 3-betting. Which I think by the book is about right. There's a lot of action behind you. And just feels like he wants to bring some emphasis to the pot. Obviously, Jailbait just happens to have a couple of aces and is loving that 3-bet and is also wasting everyone's time. Dude, save your freaking time bank for real decisions. We just hit the 4-minute mark and I'm already yelling that at people. It does end up making the extremely obvious move correctly. Like anyone's impressed. I'm sorry, but anyone wasting that much of their time bank when you've got aces pre-flop, just no. I don't care what kind of metagame you think you're playing. You're going to miss those time bank when you have a real decision. Jailbait and Harry Potter seem destined to clash here. Couple of tens versus ace-jack. This, again, is not a PKO, but these hands, I think, are just very strong. Now, Billie Jean has a couple of twos. Maybe doesn't want to re-raise considering what happened last time, but I've seen people re-raise there in a lot. Okay, yeah, he makes the proper fold there. Take a couple seconds off of his time bank, but that was a bit of a decision, I suppose. Harry Potter, this should be an easy one. He's a short stack at the table. He's got a good hand. Jailbait's raising light. He would have to think. Come on. Come on, this is painful. You actual freaking coward. How in the world did you make this table? These are the people who make the final tables? Really? The people who say no to ace jack and 8 big blinds? What the heck is that? We just started this final table and I want to quit already. No, what is that? What actually is that play? I have no idea what to say to that. Jailbait, who's got you covered about 4-1, you know, in chips, about 4-1, has raised. It's been folded to you. You have ace-7 off suit. And instead of calling to try and flop an ace or something, you make a small 3-bet to 1.2 million, leaving you with 2.4 left. Harry Potter's at this table. He's got less than you. You could play tight. You know, you'd be forgiven for folding ace-7. It's an awkward hand to play. You're probably looking for an all-in spot. This isn't the greatest all-in spot, but you don't even do that. You go halfway there. You just do a regular 3-bet. Do you really think Jailbait's folding here? Actually, wait a minute. I'm starting to talk myself around here. Maybe he does. You know, if he didn't have pocket 10s. Because that play looks like he's got aces or kings. But he does go for the all-in, and now what do? You put in a third of your stack already. You barely have any chips anyway. You've put in a third of it. What do you do now? I actually don't blame Jailbait for stalling there. That actually would have taken me aback a little bit. Holy moly, what a start to this thing. And now Billie Jean raises 800,000 under the gun plus 1. The blinds are 125 and 250. With a couple of threes. What is going on here? Harry Potter, you absolute coward! You are such a coward. I cannot believe it. I don't feel bad insulting you because you have a rotten name anyway. Eight big blinds. 8. There wasn't even a raise that time. And he says no to ace 10. Just like he said no to ace jack. I don't care that the difference is $2,100 between 8th and 7th. I don't care. You make a final table of one of these tournaments, you should be trying to win. Not immediately, but you should be taking measured gambles when it's called for. You cannot just fold your way and hope to make a little more. Because then you're costing yourself the chance at first place. Moreover, I would also like to ask you, surviving this long against 1,479 people, you bought in for $215, you're guaranteed $5,900, and you're still miserable. That's what playing like that tells me. Playing like that, selecting the green circle, you are miserable with turning $215 into $5,909. You want more. You're not okay if you bust out now. How are you not okay with that? You're that desperate for a little more that you're just willing to just forego any hope of winning. That's what playing like that tells me. And I know I'm not alone about that. Inauspicious. Living up to his name, he's got pocket nines, jailbait with ace jack, and actually has chips, and I imagine some guts. That flop is pretty garbage. Inauspicious, though, for pocket nines, that ain't half bad. He does decide to check it. Jailbait with... Yeah, I like to check back there. He's got a decent amount of showdown value in this spot. And if he checks again, he does. Then maybe that could be a green light to try and steal this one with like 1.1 million or so. They both have draws. They need each other's card, obviously. Although Inauspicious can get it with a 6. Oh, he's gonna go for more than that. He's just gonna try and pick up the pot now. Inauspicious. Oh, he's gonna go for more than that because he wants to make a believable all-in on the river. And that, too, may stop him from doing that. There's really no bluffy type hands that would work for that. Inauspicious, if he can call the turn, he can probably call the river, but... Okay, he does show restraint there. I think that's a good check back. Inauspicious, doing very well with those pocket nines. Anyone who can win with pocket nines, I salute them. Here. Alright, El Cio. He's gonna bet like 1.9 million, isn't he? Knew it! Freaking knew it. Doesn't even anger me as much when I was expecting it. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. This final table is going to drive me up a friggin' wall. Even though there is... By the way, even though there is one that did a deal earlier, I do have another one that I would like to commentate. It'll probably come after I do a Twitch stream, though. Okay, is Ace King good enough for you, you coward? Thank you. Plus sevens, nothing happening, and the Ace King goes down in flame. I'm not gonna... I'm not gonna say anything about that. I mean, we've all had Ace King, we've all been desperate, and we've all seen Ace King come up absolutely empty before. So I won't say anything about that. Hawk limp calling with 5-4 there. That might have been a little bit too large of a raise for me to want to keep going, honestly. Especially against somebody who's got more chips than me. If I'm Hawk there, I probably just raise myself to like 800. Save myself a $250,000 that way. But again, I am terrible at blind versus blind play. Board is getting scarier. Gorman comes back alive. And it works. Hawk, of course, had a gut shot, but it is just a gut shot. Pocket nines for El Cio. Luckily for him, looks like he's going to get a walk. He shows a pocket nines. No, be happy. Be very happy. Oh no. See, now Billie Jean is under the gun +1. Again, he's got pocket nines, not threes, nines, and he makes it 600,000 against bigger blinds. He min raises instead of... Oh, hello, Hawk. I was expecting this to be Ocio's moment, but Hawk has intercepted the moment. Billie Jean with a bit of a decision to call or shove, pretty much. I don't think he's folding nines. Oh, he is. I'm not even gonna make fun of him for that. Pocket nines suck. And he gets them on the very next hand. What is this? This is why I hate robots. See, look, Billie Jean's got the best hand right now. How in the world, against two other people, can you think that nines are good? Miraculously, everybody checks. Even more miraculously, the turn card is still innocuous. The nines are still leading this hand. Who wants to bet? I wouldn't be surprised if it checks completely down, but the way we've seen these guys play, it doesn't look like they're going to let that happen. They'll have like the bottom of showdown value. They're all okay with it so far. The nines actually win this hand if they stay in. Check. Check. Nobody wants to light the fuse of the bomb. Okay, it does check down all the way, so they all are willing to have some stalemates every now and then. All right. 2.1 million. 2.1. 2.1. 2. Oh, okay. Or just be a coward. Again, 10 big blinds, medium pocket pair. Hawk is picking some pretty creative spots to get active here. Nobody saw that he was doing that with King 2. Now he's doing it with an even worse hand. Billie Jean with a pretty good flop. It is only one pair, though. Hawk with up and down straight draw, as unlikely as that seems. Jailbait with a high no pair and a straight draw of his own. So everybody got a piece of it. Hawk with the check back. I guess a little concerned about being up against two people. Doesn't want to keep firing away. I would say that's pretty good instinct. Billie Jean, yeah, feels pretty safe to bet now. I don't know if I would. I would have bet the flop if I'm Billie Jean, and I might slow down on that turn card. Okay, now I feel pretty good about my hand if I'm Billie Jean. Nine's full of tens. Hawk decided to call for the up and down draw. Obviously, he's got no reason to call now. Okay, he still might have turned his hand, turned his nothing into a bluff and tried to represent the final nine there. But yeah, well done by Billie Jean. See, when there's a second nine on the board, I always get a little bit worried that somebody raised with the... What the... The tree outside my room has just been cut down. I didn't even notice until just now. So there is a reason why why the view outside my room is clear now. There's no tree. It's gone. I don't know who greenlit that. I mean, like, okay, whatever. It's nice to be able to see again. This was technically without consent, but, I mean, I don't mind. Sorry about that. Okay, so Gourmand has combo draw. Hawk has nothing. And it's a 5.9 million pot, and I didn't even see how they did it, because too distracted by the fact that I actually don't have a tree outside my room now. Gourmand, you've been checked too. Do something! Man, oh man, like, of course he checks it back. Good lord. How? Like, when you see someone checking to you, why do you turn into a deer in the headlights then? Why is being checked to so scary? I don't understand it. Holy crap, dude! Make up your mind! Goes for the all-in. Obviously, he thinks he's bluffing. He's bluffing on the best hand. I can cut them a little bit of slack, because I have been there before. The turn card comes, it changes your outlook on the hand a little bit. Maybe you were expecting them to bet, and you're thinking one way, but then they check, and you're thinking whether or not it's beneficial to bet. You know, there is some thought process that goes into that. Not that much. Not that much. 8-2 is raising. Wow, we got some weird poker at this final table. Usually I like that. I don't know why I'm so negative today. Inauspicious. So very good instincts in the last final table we saw. Still good here. With another very weird bet. But I don't think the 2-8 is going to continue here. So Billie Jean shows that he doesn't just play pairs. Okay, Hawk with the raise. Gourmand with probably one of the easier 3-bet all-ins you'll ever see. Blind versus blind especially. Well, Hawk just I don't want to say finished second. He dealt at the even bigger final table. In fact, I think these final tables were going on not quite simultaneously. This actually happened first. The other one was, I want to say, 2 hours behind. And the other one was the same blind structure with 15 minutes throughout the whole thing. But yeah, I do need to keep in mind one thing here, that Hawk JB, if it looks like he's tanking over nothing, it's because he is playing another game which is even bigger at the same time as this one. And I think LCO was as well. Uh-oh. Which makes me realize I need to apologize for anything I've said about LCO taking way too long. He has a perfectly legitimate excuse. But I'll say this. Have we seen Hawk excessively tank yet? I don't think we have. He's multi-tabling in huge arenas, and he's not wasting anyone's time at all. So anybody here that is just letting all their time bank run out, you have no excuse. Because we know for a fact that this guy's playing 2 games at once. See, it folded at him, and he wasted another couple of seconds just raising with Jack 10. He's got 3 seconds left in his time bank. 3! Just so wasteful. Billie Jean getting pretty aggressive pre-flop in some strange spots. It's working so far, though. I do feel for LCO there, having 7-8 of clubs and not having any chips. You have to fold it. You'd love to play a hand like that, but you just can't play post-flop right now. Billie Jean, you just open shove with 7 high. Inauspicious was the effective stack. He had 29 bigs. Do you think that is bad Because it is. If Inauspicious has anything, well, he needs a really big hand. But if he's got a really big hand, you just punt it off half your stack with 7 high. Tederica. We haven't seen Tederica play anything. Tederica from Romania. I don't think she's necessarily super tight. She just hasn't been dealt anything so far. Because I have called out people who were getting dealt things and just weren't playing them. Tederica is not one of them. Tederica's just been card dead until right now. And I think that's a pretty bad check back. Gourmand, I think, is showing her some respect because he knows that she's not been playing many hands. Gourmand, you suck. Man, he was showing her respect by just checking there. I think he would have been perfectly okay with just getting rid of it because she's been playing so few hands. That's an impressive call there by Tederica. But can she call off her whole stack? See, by checking on the flop, she's put herself on the back foot here. And, Gourmand, you may be the slowest person in the world, but you played that hand beautifully. Give your credit where it's due. That was very well played. But please, for the love of God, pick it up. You literally have to. You're out of time bank. Another strange raise from Billie Jean. He's becoming extremely unpredictable. Jailbait getting, I think, good enough odds to call here. No. Did not feel like it. I mean, if he knew what kind of hands Billie Jean was doing that with, he would have called that without a second thought, but I guess it can be kind of scary when a big stack just keeps on doing that. What if he's got it this time, you know? You never know. Now that's a more reasonable shove. I'm going to try to ignore the fact that he left 175 behind for no reason, because that doesn't matter right now. El Cio finally does man up a bit. Calls it off with ace-6 suited. It is good for the time being. And it looks good. It's still good. Apparently clicking the right button also pauses it. I didn't know that. That was a misclick on my part, but now I know. So, El Cio, congratulations. You have doubled up. And Tederica is now the short stack, although not by much. Couple of 10s. Just calling the raise by Billie Jean. Interesting. Probably trying to sucker one of the blinds into shoving. And if not, then at least he gets to play a relatively small pot with the semi-maniacal Billie Jean. So, that normally I would not advocate just calling with a hand like 10s, but that was actually a pretty good spot to do that. And the 10s are still good here. It's Jack, 10-10 ace for Gourmand. And definitely a good check back there, yeah. So, that was well done. Billie Jean was playing the board at that point. Billie Jean. Check. Gourmand with gut shot and 2 overs. That's never a bad thing. The ace high decides to call. Plus he's got a couple hearts. So, pretty standard so far, I'd say. Decides to check back this time. And the board just ran out terribly for Gourmand. 8.4 million. Okay. This guy has never read a poker book. I guarantee it. But it's working so far. He marches to the beat of his own drum, and you know what? Good for him. These are some extremely weird plays, but it makes the game a lot more interesting, doesn't it? I like to have a weird player here. Everybody playing exactly the same way sucks. It takes all the enjoyment out of watching the game. I just realized how much game I have left to cover. Wow. Inauspicious picks up queens. He's been relatively quiet, too. Not quite as quiet as Tederica. This is a good spot to get some back, though. And now, he's wasting time that doesn't need to be wasted. This isn't a decision. Go! This is the only reason why I have so much game left to cover, because nobody can make up the friggin' mind! Billie Jean, please. This is ridiculous. Thank you. Tederica gets the hand that she's waiting for. 10 big blinds left. That's good enough for sure. She min raised. Oh, she does get to play post flop. Is why you go all in with that kind of hand. Hawk calls from the small blind with 6-4 and has her in a really deep hole. Okay, well, she does get away from it, but that's why you don't play post flop with 10 bigs. You got 10 bigs, just go for it. Maybe she is used to limit poker. Heck, maybe she's even multi-tabling with a limit game and just forgot that she can move all in there. Everybody else is multi-tabling. Boy, another quick 3-bet by Billie Jean with another weak hand. It's not like super weak, but I wouldn't consider that 3-bettable. I would usually fold that hand to an under-the-gun raise. Uh-oh. Got time for Tederica. And Billie Jean's not going anywhere. Already in for 700,000. This is a snap call. Oh my goodness. Tederica, though, has the ace of diamonds. Let's see how this one shakes out. That's not bad either. Tederica can win with a diamond, a 10, or an ace. For full house. Nope. 4 pairs, but it's the wrong one. And Tederica just never got anything going at this final table. You got it in with aces pre-flop. What else can you say? $8,095 for her. $11,089 for the next one out. El Cio with a very good all-in spot. These are the cowards that make money on this website. These are the freaking cowards that win. And here he goes, min raising with 9 big blinds again. I don't want to do this anymore. I really don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. This is absolutely disgusting. Ace Jack, fold. Ace 2, early position. Min raise, leaving yourself with under 7 bigs behind. These are the people that win? Are you kidding me? These are the people who win? What have I stumbled into here? Now, granted, these are the two that were also playing well, supposedly, on the other one. Now, these are the two that I know for a fact were multi-tabling. But, like, bro, how hard is it to just drag the raise bar all the way over and press all in? You don't have to type out the number of chips that you have. You just have to drag the bar all the way over. I don't... I mean, I want to celebrate the fact that this is unusual play. It's not by the book. I like that it's not by the book. But in what poker game is that a good idea? First folding the ace jack and then doing that. Diamonds. And then he decides that he's going to play post flop. Oh, look, another diamond. And now he min bets. This is limit poker. What's going on? Someone help me. This is how to win at poker. Just disregard everything you've ever read or seen that works in the real world. Billie Jean seems to be doing that with his odd raising patterns pre-flop. That's a bet that we can't blame him for. Inauspicious check back that flop, and that's pretty good and sneaky on his part. He doesn't go too crazy, though. Just goes for that one bet, figures that there's not a whole lot he can represent on the river. Then I'll make inauspicious fold. Inauspicious, I don't mind the check back either. There's maybe King 10 would call him, and maybe a weak ace, but even then, if it was a weak ace, it'd be a chop. So, yeah, that check back was fine. I open this up by lauding these people for their incredible consistency and their victories. And the proof that I don't belong here, that I'm not as good as they are. Now I'm just filled to the brim with salt. How are they making it and I'm not? Jailbait kind of has no choice but to call. You're getting such good odds on it because ACR has been playing so stupidly and is letting his stack go so low. They both pair their kicker, so it's very good news for ACR. He's gone from fading a 3-outer to fading a 2-outer. Still a 2-outer. Nope. Oh, overkill. Nice. Good job, LCO. You've doubled up to 8 big blinds. Are you going to win this thing? No. I'm going to regret saying that. I mean, I know this is the past, but I haven't seen who won yet. So I don't know if I'm about to just completely and utterly eat my words. This is a tough spot. I'll grant him this one. Eight big blinds. He goes with 4 big blinds. Yes, that's a winning play and a final table. And what am I watching? Am I even watching poker anymore? Jailbait with 3-bet. Okay, actually, that's not so bad. It just looks bad because Billie Jean's got the ace king. That's not the worst play in the world. But again, that's such a small 3-bet. Why wouldn't you just shove? I guess to fold when Billie Jean pops you for all your chips, maybe. I guess. There's logic behind some of this. El Cio folds! Yes! Yes! I doubled up to 8 big blinds and I gave away half of it on the very next hand. I'm down to 4 again. Woo! Alright, Jailbait's move isn't as bad as I originally thought. If he gets away from it. Okay, he does. Oh my god, though. The only reason it looks stupid was because Ilcio's move was stupid. She wouldn't have just min-raised if he had shoved. If he had shoved, she would have either... wait, she? I think these are all men now. If Ilcio had just shoved, then Jailbait would not have min-raised. He would have either called or reshoved. Because a min-raise there pretty much would have been a reshove. How annoying is this for Hawk? Queen 5 off, facing a... like, even just the 1.2 million is a good chunk of his stack. He does call, and Ilcio's got this one. This is the way to win at poker, I guess. Just keep yo-yoing between 4 and 8 big blinds. These two are winners. Like, LCO's a winner. He's a winner. That walk is one of his biggest victories of this final table. I really am starting to turn into Phil Hellmuth. Oh my god, I never thought I'd see the day. He actually open shoved. Jailbait with a bit of a decision here. Suited king, blind v blind, but doesn't want to go for it. I don't blame him. Gameplay. Is this gameplay? Playing games with me, that's for sure. By the way, Billie Jean has really started to storm away from this final table, with Gorman being the only one in his neighborhood right now. Jailbait with an obvious all-in here. Of course, he's going to tank for no reason first. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Billie Jean, honestly, I might have called there with that stack and a suit of connectors. There would not have been a lot of hands that I would have folded there. Because we're talking about a 7 big blind shove. I know it's not a PKO, but a chance to eliminate a player is pretty hard to pass up, I'd say. At least that for me if I had that many chips. I'm not saying it was an awful fold. I just wouldn't have made it. Billy raises with so many terrible cards. It's amazing. But he's got a 3, though. Hawk has none of that. And it's time to move on to the next hand, I think. Okay, he called with Queen High. I guess I get it. That flop doesn't look like it should help anybody. But now he folds. Now he's got 3.3 million. Okay, that is actually an awkward spot. I'll cut Jailbait some slack there. That is tank worthy. Gorman, for crying out loud, it's a min raise. I hope I never play with this guy IRL. That'll be the longest day of poker of my life. Hawk's got an easy one. And he doesn't make a meal of it. What do you know? Oh, that was an insta re-raise. That was no trouble at all for Gorman for some reason, but min raises and checks are way harder. You tell me. Alright, 10 in the flop for Gorman. Hawk with literally no redraw outs other than just the 8. Close. Nope. Hawk is out of here. Second by deal in the other one, and 6th by actual knockout in this one. There's no doubt that Hawk knows what he's doing. He got put in a lot of awkward spots here by the strange play of other people at this final table, though. Jailbait could just call here, since there's nobody else to act. Yeah. Shove. Shove! Don't put yourself on the back foot like this. Shove! Oh my god, this is painful to watch. Surely you can make that call. Okay, you made the call. Okay, congratulations. You made the call. You didn't back down. I give you credit for that. In fact, the way you played the hand ended up being better because you got the full double up. So, Jailbait showed me. But, you know, oh, another actual open shove by Ilcio. That's good to see. So yeah, like, when I'm in a poker tournament, I want to be on the back foot as little as possible. If I can make anything simpler, I will. Oh, interesting min-raise there with just 11 big blinds, but I've seen worse from him and others. Billie Jean with a legitimate 3-bet for once. I don't think he would try 3-betting a stack that short if he didn't have a hand. Inauspicious, wasting time here. Wasting a lot of time, in fact. Inauspicious with a better spot here, and don't raise the numbers like that. It raises my blood pressure. See, what gets me about that is they don't have to move the bar that far. But the fact that they leave themselves exactly 200,000 left means they typed out that entire number on purpose. They didn't even have to do that. They just had to type in 3 million and it would have done the same, or 4 million and it would have done the same. Or just move the bar to some random part, to some random, extent that exceeds their stack. But no, they typed out all but 200,000 of their money. Hang on a second. I'm going to pause. I need to find out if there's actually a setting on here that lets you leave X big blinds behind. Because I honestly don't know that. Okay. Actually, I went in and I found it. There actually is a setting here called inverse scroll bar bet size bar direction, and you can adjust it in small blinds or big blinds. So there actually is a setting on that. So they're not wasting time by typing in the number. There actually is a setting for that. So it is their fault. It's ACR's fault for enabling such horrendous behavior. They enable the players to waste everyone's time by betting almost all in. That is actually a thing. I'm very disappointed in them. Just check. You got a pair. Just check! Oh. Okay, joke's on me. I thought he was second to act for some reason. Billie Jean, for some reason, never got active there. I can't imagine he thought the Jack High was good. I guess he just didn't want to bother. Well, he tried that 500,000 bet, but that was a tiny bet. Whoa, hold on, hold on. Too late. He's already got the win. And I'm a step closer to eating my words. Because LCO's actually got a little bit of chips now. I don't play my, like, still though, I don't play my best all the time. But even on the rare occasions where I actually am firing on all cylinders, I can only make small cashes on ACR. Ooh, that's a fancy play there. Give him credit for that. We haven't seen him open up too much post-flop. A little bit, but not a whole lot. He prefers to be open pre-flop. But that was a good move. Okay, dude! Again, effective stack, 12.3 million. If he happens to have a hand, you're behind him in the chip counts. In fact, you're in third. Wait, no, you're still in second. But you're behind Inauspicious if he happens to have a big hand there. I don't understand why anybody thinks open shoving with 24 big blinds effective is ever a good idea. $3X probably does the job just about as well. Maybe not in that spot, but in a lot of spots it'll do the job just fine. Point is, a lot less risk to you. Gorman with flush draw and overs is loving that flop and loving that turn. In fact, he's got a redraw to a straight flush, which would give Billie Jean a pair. Pretty obvious checking spot here, I'd say. Okay. Didn't want to let Billie Jean get... Well, to be fair, Billie Jean has tried raising him in a similar spot like that. Maybe he was going for that. Like, make him raise you. I guess I can see that logic. Well, LCO's got nowhere to go with Jack 5 offsuit, I don't think. Inauspicious with the only actual hand here. And 3-bets accordingly. Oh! Wow! Haven't seen a light 4-bet yet. We've seen a ton of light 3-betting, but that's a light 4-bet. An extremely light 4-bet. That was impressive. And now he's making a ridiculously large 3-bet. Again, I don't think any poker book in the world would agree with that, but it is still working for him. I would never play a style like this, where there's a chance of blowing a big percentage of your stack in 1 minute. But he clearly isn't afraid of that. He's got the big hammer, we're 5-handed, and he just wants to do damage. He's not even caring about strategy, he just wants to see how much damage he can do. Gourmand especially, you probably want to respect a little bit. He can do a lot of damage to you. Inauspicious can no longer damage you a whole lot. You can still get right back in it though if you're not careful. The fact that he's done that every time against El Cio tells me that he doesn't even have an all-in button. He just has an all-in except 250 button, which is really sad. Or all-in except one small blind, rather. Okay. Inauspicious, going for half his stack again. We saw Billie Jean 4-bet with 8-4 last time. He's got a real hand now. Inauspicious is like, well, I put in 4 million. Nothing I can do about that except, bet something else. But he is going to be very happy to see that it is a flip. Not a bad flop. Needs a 10. Unfortunately, Billie Jean's got 2 10s. 10 for a straight. Jack, that works too. Billie Jean needs a 10 or a queen to re-steal it. Nope. Inauspicious. Doubles right back up. Billie Jean is still in very good shape, but Inauspicious is totally right back in it. That wasn't an open shove situation, but again, it can happen that quickly. I prefer being a little more risk averse. There's a big difference between risk aversion and pure cowardice. If I've got 8 big blinds, I'm shoving with ace jack every time. Not even thinking about it. Ah. Size up the raise a little bit. That's good. Without making it ridiculous. But I want to be risk averse when I've got the big stack and I just don't want to blow it. I can absolutely hit hard when I want to, but also recognize when I'm betting a lot and I've got no hand and he's not going away, Very nice run out for Gorman. Bets half pot there. I like it. Billie Jean probably should call. He's had this 9-7 this whole time and actually hit a pair. Can't really fault the tank. This would be an impressive fold. Really. But I probably call here. Okay, now the tank's getting a little bit ridiculous. This is a pretty small pot. Good fold, though. Good fold. It's CO. Five-handed, five big blinds. Folding is... no, it's not doing much. These guys are taking a long time to get knocked out. Even though they are playing some post-flop hands. Yeah, he's just done with that one. Gorman back to 20 million. Wands for El Cio. Inauspicious will surely call with ace 9 off. Can anybody actually knock this guy out? That's not helpful. Only an ace for inauspicious would work. Nope. And El Cio somehow is still here. Now he's got a whopping 10 big blinds. I want to try this cowardice next time I play in a poker tournament. Maybe cowardice is the way. Queen Jack folds. Although, that's 12 big blinds there. Probably was looking for a little bit better hand to shove with. Oh, jailbait. Ouch. I've definitely seen worse and more egregious folds, though. Alright. 4 diamonds out there. Who wants to bluff at it? Gorman thinking about it. I think. We never know what he's thinking about. Or if he even is thinking. But he sure does like to take his sweet time. Ooh, a believable bet. Not 8.4 million into 2 million this time. Gorman with ace high, it's like if it wasn't if those 3 and 2 were black, maybe he could make this call, but yeah, I would have to fold there for sure. He definitely didn't believe him. But also just couldn't quite call. Jailbait's in a good spot here. Everybody does that. Everybody does that. Everyone does that. Everyone does that. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. At least now I know there is actually a setting that does that for you. Don't know why anybody would have that selected, and yet everybody does, apparently. I mean, even if you ever catch me down to 4-3 tables, and there is a point to stalling, you'll never catch me doing it. If I'm down to 11 big blinds, I pick up ace queen, all in. I'm not gonna. Oh, I accidentally left a chip behind. Let me tank for a while you re-raise me by 1 chip. No. Pathetic. I know why they're doing it. It makes sense, but it's pathetic. Again, if you're really that scared of variance, you should not be in a casino. Auspicious about to run out of time. Dude, do something. You have a good hand. What was that? Maybe he was multi-tabling again. Just forgot that there was another table going on. Inauspicious, you hecked it. And because you hecked it, this guy's going to double up again. Okay, well, he's just going to win that pot. That's still a pretty big hand. Maybe he is the chosen one. The one time he should get knocked out, Inauspicious is asleep at the switch with King-Queen. And now this is going to happen? Are you kidding me? And CO is about to have 20 bigs. $23 bigs. Ooh, almost. Even pocket nines are working for this guy. We saw this in a recent final table as well. Is this just an OSS thing? The robots just bow down and worship the most cowardly player? Because this is the second time we've seen this. And this time, even pocket nines went along for the ride. Inauspicious now left with not much left, although in a very good spot here. Only loses, ironically enough, with a 10. Okay. Back on the board, Inauspicious. LCO has shown absolutely no talent throughout this final table, and yet, after 75 minutes of almost exclusively folding in good spots, and then raising half your stack, and then folding later, he's somehow still here. I have absolutely no idea how he's still here, other than the robots love him. Yes, I'm very, very salty. I will admit. Like, 70% of this commentary has been nothing but just me being salty. Or what's the word that the kids use today? Malding? Yeah. This is not commentary, this is malding. I never made it, but this is the kind of play that actually works. And yes, I'm still speaking in the past tense. I'm not letting any of this try to, inspire me to take the stage again. At least not here for a while. Again, nothing personal against ACR. It's just, I don't trust robots. I'm gonna play it at jailbait. What the gosh darn crap is that? That's the worst one I've seen yet. You you don't even have 5 big blinds, and you went with a not all-in 3-bet. My head hurts. My head's actually starting to hurt. Look what you brought me to. That is the worst play ever. I hate it. 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 I freaking hate it. Why? Why would you not just shove? Why? What purpose could that possibly serve you? Kick his butt, Gorman. I can't believe I'm saying that. I've had a problem with everybody at this table except Billie Jean and Inauspicious. Kick his butt. 6 or 5. Okay. Jailbait's out of here. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm gone. I'm out of here too. I mean, I'm gonna stick around, but I can't promise you anything better. It is amazing. LCO wins the tournament. LCO wins the tournament. Biggest coward at the table wins the tournament. I hate poker. I am malding. Wow, he's actually got his full time bank. 118. I wanna eat anyway. If I was any good at commentating, I should be like singing his praises, like, wow, what an amazing comeback this is. This just shows you that you're never out of it in poker. And it's true. You're never out of it in poker until you're really out of chips. He has a free dessert. I really need to stop saying things like that. I need to stop saying things like that. I just malding. Elcio is showing me a different way to play poker. That's all it is. He's showing me a different way to play poker. It is working beautifully. It worked in the other one. That was three times the buy-in. Excellent quality. Billie Jean raises. Why shouldn't he? Really, really big with Ace Jack. Ace Queen goes for the all-in. Billie Jean all of a sudden being tested for most of his chips by the guy who was, not that long ago, the littlest shrimp at the table. This is what you use your time bank on. Is he BSing you, or does he have it? Because if he has it, oh my god, what a fall. Good laydown. Yeah, that's what you use your time bank for. But Ediceo is now your chip leader. Everything that I thought would never work, and he was only playing himself out of contention, has actually worked perfectly. He's gotten it in good every single time. I can't even really maul over how the robots love him. I want to, but I have to recognize the fact that he has gotten it in good every time. I'm having an existential crisis over poker. I don't mind that bet. Very creative raise. Gourmand is getting a little desperate after all. And he is getting creative to counteract that. Very good job. I hope that they don't auto-delete the other final table. Because I still want to commentate that one. It's a really big one. $2,650 buy-in. Like, really big. Oh, hi. Oh, what a shame. Four-handed, you certainly want some action with aces. I'm just being shown... I'm getting served. Do kids still say that? I'm getting served. All I have is a mountain of jealousy and salt. But Elcio is making his style work. Billie Jean has been making his style work. It's unusual, but it has worked. Gourmand has taken 4 years to make a decision, but he's still here as well. I should be celebrating them. I really should. This is what I've always asked for. Unusual play. Play that I can actually react to that is different. Elcio with a gut shot. I'd call here. That wasn't too big of a bet. And now he's got a double gutter. Now, the pot's going to be relatively small compared to these two stacks, so I kind of like the just check call. Okay. Again, he's got a better idea. Now that he actually has chips, he's not afraid to use them. Now, that's something I can unironically just give him straight credit for. Now that he's got chips, he's actually shifting his game. That is good. That is something I can genuinely praise. They're kind of checking this one down, it looks like. We'll have the king high and they, oh yeah, 6/6 king, queen, jack each. Their kicker does not play. Again, that just wasn't worth fighting for. Inauspicious does need to fight for whatever he can find. He's got a gut shot now. He needs an 8. Good spot for a check raise. Of course, he doesn't know what Seo's cards are. He just calls. Uh-oh. Disconnection. Not now. Not now. Not with him actually being the leader four-handed. Check back. The robots refuse to help any of Seo's adversaries. Okay, simple enough. Just looking for a hand to stick his tournament on, but found nothing there. He's only got 13 big blinds, not 12. There's king queen. He does an actual all-in. Good for him. Yeah. I would just fold there. Ooh! Now he's the one three-betting light. How about that? Alright, I'll say it. I'm actually impressed. I still vastly disagree with the level of risk aversion he showed as a short stack. But now we're seeing why he is so good and successful, because he can play very different styles depending on his stack, depending on table dynamics, how many players are at the table. He can switch it up. He is more than capable of it. All in for Billie Jean, I assume. Yep. Now Twitch just goes for it, and he's going to be very happy he did. Drawn dead. And Seo is probably okay with that. Sure, we're still four-handed, but now he's got everybody else at least doubled up, if not tripled up. Everyone else at the table answers to him now. Because Billie Jean's been knocked down a peg. I don't blame Inauspicious for checking there. I would too. Because I just doubled up. I wouldn't want to throw away a good chunk of that in the next hand. Looks like they're content to check it down again. 2-2, ace, jack, 8. Everyone loves a chop pot. I'm in a better mood now. I don't know why. Wow, he folded an ace four-handed. Pretty big raise, but not altogether crazy. He's still doing what worked for him previously. Inauspicious, though, not afraid of him. He's only got a gut shot now. 8-9 off? I don't know, man. Billie G manages to take that one and once again asserts himself back to clear second. This could be a problem for him. Gourmand. Ace Queen. And this time I think LCO is rooting for Billie Jean because the dynamic wouldn't change much if Gourmand doubles up here. Oh my! Okay, that changes things. Regular 3-bet. He still goes for the all-in. Wow, Gourmand's still going for it. Quickly! He actually made up his mind quickly there. I can't believe that. He's been wasting so much time all night long, and he's faced with a raise and a re-raise with ace-queen offsuit, and he is quick to go in, and he's correct. Billie Jean, I think, has a pretty easy fold. Inauspicious. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Let's see. Let's math this out together. 3.9, we'll just call that 4 million minus 9.7, or 9.75 minus 4 million makes it 5,750,000 to call. 15.7 out there, so a little bit less than 3 to 1. And more importantly for inauspicious, 5.7 million equals the vast majority of his chips. As gross as this is, I think this is a fold. All right. Nice laydown, but certainly an expensive one. But nothing he really did there except time it wrong. He was trying to get Billie Jean's money, just very unfortunate that Gorman had a better hand. That re-raise size was fine. That did work out pretty well for Elcio, and uh-oh. For once, one of Elcio's adversaries gets one over him. Billie Jean's 10 of hearts carries the day. Elcio checks. Billie Jean probably willing to check this one back as well. Board pairs. Elcio wants to make a bluff at it. Nope. I think it's still a check back, honestly. Especially with the board pairing. Oh, he's going dangerous. I don't like this. I do not like this bet. If Elcio actually comes over the top, he called. Wow. Wasn't expecting that. He can only beat a bluff among bluffs there. I don't like that call. Oh, Billie Jean got aces and no action, gets kings and no action too. Jeez. Well, Billie Jean certainly showed me there. Apparently you can get value with that bet. All in. And I think that's a fold. I think. Nope, he's going to call. And they're all red, but not quite the red he wanted. Although, chop outs. No chop outs. Just a 5 or a king, or else inauspicious doubles up again. He's been tough to kill. Nope. Inauspicious doubles up again. Inauspicious. I mean, everyone this final table has been tough to kill. Billie Jean has not been all in. At all. I believe Gorman has been once, maybe? We know that Elcio has been all in about 29 times. You know, this has been all in, like, what, 4 times? Gorman in a pretty awkward spot there, goes for the all-in. Elcio with an awkward spot, makes the call. I think Billie Jean would have been in another awkward spot, but I think it's an easy fold now. Elcio, oh, for once, gets it in good, and gets hit by it. I mean, he's been getting it in good the whole night. But like for once, actually, somebody else hits a card. Elcio's been getting it in good all night. Got it in good here again. But the cards are not cooperating. He needs a 7 and a 7 only. Nope. Gorman survives. If he hadn't been all in before, he has now. But I think he had. I think that's number 2 for him. And we're pretty much 4-way split now. My goodness. This final table has been full of twists and turns. And unusual play. And emotional, and me being emotionally compromised. Nothing too crazy on that hand, though. Good bet by El Seal. And Auspicious. Absolutely still there. A little short, but he's still there. Ace Queen. Very nice hand. It makes a actual raise. Pretty big raise, actually. But nothing crazy. Of course, it used to be, 2.8x was standard. Like 2008, 2009. And he says no to a pair. I don't know about that one. And four-handed, I think if you flop a pair, you should stay around a little bit longer. But at the same time, that's a pretty coordinated board outside of that pair. So I see why he... Oh, wow. Billie Jean. Doing what he does best. And he's reestablishing himself as the king of the table, but not for long. Oh my god, he snapped it off with ace-7. I mean, with ace-9. He snapped it off with ace-9. Inauspicious has not been bluff shoving. You have, but Inauspicious has not. And Billie Jean now is in awful shape. He'd gladly take a 3 here, I'll tell you that. 5. Okay, so it needs a 3 or 5 for a chop, 9 for a disgusting win. Or else Inauspicious is chip leader. Success! Inauspicious now leads this final table. Everybody here has had a turn as chip leader, I think. Gorman, maybe not Gorman. Gorman's like number 2 for most of it. And now he's open shoving almost all his chips. I mean, it is all, but the effective stack is almost all. Well, he doesn't know what to do when he's got the chip lead, does he? Not much on that board. Yep, there's Seal. Takes that one. Yeah, Gorman was like the second fiddle to Billie Jean when he was holding over the rest of this table for most of it. I don't think he's been the leader, but he's been very close sometimes. Good check back there by Gorman. Inauspicious. Great hand, but not the right flop for it. And they both check it so far. Inauspicious. Check. Yep, just let him have it for this one. Jack 10? Bro. You have 21 bigs, and you're the effective stack. Don't shove there. It's so excessive. Actually, is that what I'm doing wrong? Not having that play in me? Except I don't really think that applies because I think I've seen that play only, at 5 or 4-handed tables. At least that's where it's most commonly used. Uh-oh, if he tries it again here, he's doomed. Well, maybe not doomed, but he's in bad shape. Okay, he doesn't. He saved himself that time. He was tempted, though. I could tell he was tempted. Re-raise from Ace-King. El Cio. A chance to just play this one post-flop or even fold. Ah, he goes for the all-in. Inauspicious has a great chance to finally get this thing 3-handed. El Cio, though, with a pretty friendly flop. 5-3. Well, 3 wins it right now. Well, actually, no. Inauspicious can still chop it. But 3 or 5 to take the lead. Diamond would also help, of course. 7 is... Actually, 7's pretty good, too. All right, El Cio wins this with a 5-3 or 6. 9 is no good, and El Cio, after an incredible effort, is out in 4th place. Way more effort than I ever gave him credit for. I gave him a lot of credit for his performance. Once he finally got a load of some chips, he was impressive. I can see why he was so successful. When he had a chance to work with chips, he showed that he actually knows what he's doing. Gorman there, undeterred by Billie Jean. Nice muscling up there with the pocket 8s, and Billie Jean now the clear short stack. He has ridden that huge stack and unusual play style all the way to the top 3. And he's still kicking. He's still kicking with that unusual style of his. Pretty good flop for Inauspicious. Not great, but alright. An alright flop for Gourmand also. Can hit a 9. And I've noticed that he hasn't been stalling lately. Maybe once he got down to 4-handed, he realized that he needs to prioritize this one. If indeed he was multi-tabling, this is the one he needs to prioritize because it's 4-handed. He's going to be in a lot of hands. So he has not been wasting a lot of time. Wow, Inauspicious just folded the pair. Although 3 diamonds out there, a lot of coordination. Understandable. Okay, I'm back on board with these guys. I'm no longer emotionally compromised. Wow, another shove with a terrible hand. And again, it works. He's fun to watch. He really is. You know, I don't profile people. But I don't see too many players from Thailand. I don't know if that's just the way they tend to play there, or if that's just the way he plays. I don't know. I can't really imagine there's a whole lot of poker books that get printed in Thai. Or that just sell in Thailand regardless of what language they're printed in. Standard shove there. Standard-ish anyway. I still might have only gone for the 2.4, 2.5 million. But he'll do it his way. Inauspicious with nothing. Trying to bluff him out. Now, Gourmand... Nice! Gourmand showed himself... Wait, no, that was CO that was really sticky with that pair of 2s at one time. But Gourmand shows that he can be sticky with 2s as well, and now he does take his turn in first place. Good playing all around, even though I was despairing over how bad it was. No, actually, I'm in the wrong. I've always been in the wrong, of course. This is why I can't win. Because I look at weird stuff and think it's bad, but in the end, it totally works. There's always a method to their madness. That's why they've made it here. This is a lesson for me as much as anybody else. Billie Jean going for another raise, and now he's got a draw to go with it. It's about a third of the pot. Gourmand with just 2 overs and nothing else going. Wow, makes a small raise. Again, let's math this. Never mind. Too late. He got the straight. I think that raise was a huge mistake. Not the raise itself, but the sizing. Now he's going all in. Billy's got a straight. He's got a call. Dude, you called with the draw. Do not fold now that you've hit it. You called with 10 high in a draw. You hit the draw. You can't fold now. I know it's diamonds, but you don't call with the draw, hit, and then fold. Oh my goodness. That hand just happened. Oh, wow. Simultaneous. You're both evil. Inauspicious is now standing up for all that's good in the world. Oh, a 6 would be delicious. That's not delicious! You're pulling for the good of the game. Oh, ace of diamonds. They're probably just both going to check it, though. Nope, he's going to go for a min bet. Thin value. Probably a call. But, man, that's ugly. He's got just enough to call. It's just a min bet. I would call there. Yeah. Keep him honest. I don't think he's calling much more than a min bet, so good play by Gormand. You shove, you're probably getting called. Oh, just a call. Well, now, this is just shoving. That is just painful to watch. Oh, he's got his ace king now. I don't think he's getting called, though. It's just so painful to watch. To see somebody call on the draw, hit it, and then fold anyway. It's just so inexplicable. I think it's just a case of wilting under pressure. It is actually possible to just choke in poker. That was a choke. I mean, yeah, there were diamonds out there. I understand that, but again, you're in it for the draw. You're short stacked. You can't just fold after hitting it. You really cannot do that. Begs the question as to why you called anyway. All right, this is going in. Top pair versus a up and down straight draw. Surprised at the small bet there. I would have just gone with a shove right away personally. But I'm sure he'll call anyway. Yep. 4 looks like an ace. That would have been the end of Billie Jean, but it's just a 4. Billie Jean needs to dodge a king, 9, or ace. Ace! Billie Jean, congratulations. It was a great final table, and you showed the world a totally new way to play, pretty much. Showed me a new way to play, that's for sure. Third place, $28,506 for the tie grinder. And now these two have very similar Norton, please shut up. Again, you're blocking the screen. I can't select the 2x button. That's another returning or running gag of my my commentaries. Big pot, actually. Inauspicious easily picks off that first bet. Will Gorman go for another one? No, he's got some restraint. Inauspicious does just check it. That 3 should help Gorman just check back. Well, not back, but, you know, he'll check it because he's got showdown value now. Inauspicious. I think heads up, you gotta go for a little value here. That's a lot of value. But it works. Well done. I probably would have only bet about half that much, but it worked. Good for you, Inauspicious. $2.8 million. And a call. They both hit their queen. This could be a big one. Advantage to Gourmand, obviously. He bets a little under third pot. 10 gives Gourmand the 2 pair. Inauspicious is drawing dead. But still, I imagine he likes that board. Big bet there. But top pair with not a whole lot of scares out there. He does call. Ace might save him a little bit. Gourmand, I don't think is scared too much by the ace. Is he going for the all-in? That was a big bet on the turn. Yeah, he's going for the all-in. Inauspicious with just the queen. Pays it off almost immediately. He wasn't scared by the ace either. He was correct about that much. But he was incorrect about the kind of hand that Gourmand had the whole time. Gourmand was ahead that entire hand and gets the double to 60 million. Inauspicious desperately needs something and does hit middle pair here. Gourmand with a draw. Inauspicious might have to just shove and pray here. Yep, he does. Gourmand with just a gut shot decides now is not the time. Okay, Inauspicious is sticking around. Uh-oh. At least now I know that there is a button. It's not just typing out everything minus 400,000. Again, I think he's shoving for too much. 15 million is a lot. Even at these blind levels. Pair versus pair here. Gourmand. Of course he would call the first bet. Inauspicious. Again with a very benign looking board. Now sizing up. Nice. He gets away from it pretty quickly. It's good to know that this table has his full focus now. He's actually operating at a good speed now. 1 million. Not really sure why he called that one. I think that was one to let go, but he's got a pair now. And it is good. Okay, there were actually a lot of good turn cards. Now to think about it. That 9 was, I guess, one of them. He's going for thin value. Doesn't get it this time, though. Gourmand does not want to throw away his chips now that he's got him in such a bad spot. Ooh! Inauspicious with King 3. Managing the raise figures that Gourmand is BSing there a whole lot, and he's correct. Now the gap is closing. Noticeably. Hello. Another gap closer here. 3 6s versus just the 8 for Gourmand. Just a call there. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Gourmand now has a straight flush draw. And this, I think, is just a call now for Inauspicious. You gotta play defensively on a board like that. At least I would. No, he doesn't see it the same way I do. Which might be a good thing because I suck. Gourmand now can't just fold, can he? Maybe he can. No, he's going for the all-in. Inauspicious, I think, with trips, has to keep going here, and he's kicking himself for that raise. But the river is safe, and he doubles to 46.5 million. Well done, inauspicious. Yeah. That's why I would have just called, though. That was a really scary moment. Like, you know you probably kind of have to, but you know it could all be over momentarily. And very disappointing run out for Gorman there. Flop the combo draw. A lot of those, flopping a combo draw and completely airballing. Doesn't even get a pair out of it. But will bet. And with Jack high, this is an awfully tough call. But he does! Wow! Calls with Jack high, and it's actually good. Way to go, inauspicious. That's got to be demoralizing for Gorman. Like, how do you try bluffing again after that? 2 pair on the flop for inauspicious this time. Uh-oh, Quans. Oh, no! You see? You see? That's why you don't open shove like that. The stack was 26, 27 big blinds effective. Don't open shove there. I'm not stupid. Okay, I'm a little stupid, but I know what I'm talking about sometimes. You want to bluff 3 exit, 4 exit. Don't go beyond that. 26x is way too much. You blew it. You absolutely punted away 21 million with no reason whatsoever. That's a fancy card, although they don't seem to take advantage of it. Kind of scary board for both players now. Gorman might go for some thin value. Okay, that's some thick value. You know, especially playing the board. Yeah, no, not worth it. Not even close. Holy crap! Well, yeah, this is getting old. There ain't much Gorman can do about that one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 10 is out there. But yeah, those are 2 top-tier hands. And when your head's up, there is really no reason to slow play. When your head's up, it's so unlikely that A, you get dealt a hand like ace-queen, and B, your opponent gets dealt better. So, yeah, you're just going to go for it. 9, so close, but only a 10. Nope, inauspicious takes a chokehold over this tournament. It would be over already if he hadn't have punted off all those chips a few hands ago. Yep, Gorman is not going to take it sitting down. He's going to keep fighting. No, Auspicious can shove. This is an okay shove. This is, 14 big blinds. This is okay. Especially when he's already limped in. Well, then again, that's what happened last time. But again, that's, don't do it this time. Okay, he's learning. He's learning. They check this time. Pretty nothing flop here. Gorman does bet. Auspicious. Let's see what the return card brings, and it's a total brick. Gorman keeps going. Should be an easy fold. Even though it would be incorrect, but he called. And he does not have a straight. He's got queen high. Going for the full shove. What a play by Gorman. With queen high. And he makes the call! Queen high made the call, and it's actually good. I can't believe it. Inauspicious wins the whole tournament on the river with queen high. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That was incredible. What a finish to this tournament. There you go. There's your numbers. Inauspicious did buy in 3 times, but I don't think he minds now. Boy, that was a twist and turn of, oh my gosh, what a long table that was too. It was long, and I need to eat something. So I'm just gonna stop it right here. There's gonna be another one later, but it'll have to come after my stream on Twitch. And after a lot of food. So see you next time. I'll try not to mald so much. Bye.